So anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyway.
I'm gonna I quit.
Yeah,
Quit.
let's just ignore
Crazy.
like the past 42 minutes of when we were
Yeah.
supposed to start. They didn't just happen.
Yeah, it didn't.
We
It's,
fucked up.
exactly. How crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're
Anyway.
not late. You're late.
Yeah. They'll never know that we're late. Hello.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll never fucking know.
Yeah,
What do you know?
exactly.
You know what? You listening to you right now? Fuck you, buddy. All right, let's go. You can go.
Fuck you, buddy. All right. Oh my god. Well, anyways. Hello and welcome to Divine Catastrophe. I'll be your host for today. You may call me the True Ree or just simply Ree.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Anyway, I'm your sassy
shit
little
lips.
co-host. I'm Taggy. There's nothing else. Just call me Taggy.
All right, buddy. You know, and today we're joined by the wonderful.
Oh, is that my cue?
Yeah, that's your
Ayden
cue.
Glided.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
I thought when we talked about it, I thought you said you were gonna introduce me, and then I was like, okay, never mind. I misunderstood completely. I misunderstood the assignment. It's
You
the
know,
Corona, bro. The Corona's
we
what
gotta-
fucked me up. That's what it was.
Bro, you've been drinking too much of it.
Too
Yeah,
many
same
Coronas,
some.
bro. Too many Coronas. Haven't even touched the nachos. It's going to hell right now.
Yeah, I'm fighting you for those. Anyway.
Anyway.
I'll lift the plate up. Neither of y'all short motherfuckers will reach it.
You act like I
Oh
know
my
shit.
god. I told you that shit in confidence.
I told you that shit in confidence. I told you I was a short motherfucker in confidence.
I told you I was a short king in confidence. You said you wouldn't bring it up.
It's okay, Ayden. He can't take both of us. I'll just
Yeah,
climb.
exactly.
I'll start climbing.
Yes. See, you try to come after us with no kneecaps.
Kneecaps. Listen, I know I ain't got to worry about that grandma over there.
Whoa, pause. Who the fuck you calling a grandpa? Grandma.
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you a grandpa.
You watched me in my driveway about to scrap. What's good?
Yeah, I also watched you get out looking like a whole ass 80-year-old woman.
I could see it.
You know what? I'm leaving. I'm done.
And
Where the fuck you think
exit
you going?
left.
What do you think you
Beep,
going?
boop, beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. And there she's gone. See, now we can start the Raiden podcast. That's what it was.
Yeah. Now it's our time to shine.
Now it's my turn to smooch the True. Oh my god, we're not gonna get through a single topic at this rate.
No.
Speaking of topic.
Anyway.
Wow. You know what? Yeah, you got this, Tanky. You got this.
I got this. Okay.
You got this.
Anyway, the topic we are going to talk about today with Mr. Ayden Glidden is Vtuber etiquette, starting out as a Vtuber, and stream etiquette. So, these two suck. I just want it to be known. They have horrible etiquette. It's okay.
What the fuck do you mean, bro?
Wait, I just came on. I thought I was invited to have fun, not to get attacked. What is this?
This is the roast of Ayden Glidden.
God damn. Well, now I'm kind of glad I got the corona. I'm gonna freaking block all this out later.
It's gonna be a Google Doc later.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a whole Google Doc.
Our interaction with Ayden Glidden.
Are you guys about to throw Teggy under the bus for sure? I guess thinking about me. Oh my god! But stream etiquette, VTuber etiquette. Oh boy, what a saucy one to start off with. I guess you still reeling over there.
Dude, I'm still reeling from that. Yeah, keep going. Carry on.
You got it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so funny trying to go from like all the fucking jokes we were saying like for the past fucking hour to be like, all right, we're in serious mode. We gotta talk about the topic.
Yeah.
No, we can't. No, that's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. What do y'all think? That we're fucking professionals?
No, dog.
Nah, I know.
What are
You
you
think
talking
we
about?
would?
I'm in my jammies.
Oh my god, you're kidding me? I'm fucking talking to this podcast with my dogs out, bro. Y'all think I'm gonna be over here being professional? Nah.
Your
Looking at his
dogs are out?
The dogs are
Okay.
always out.
That's
I see them. They're right there.
crazy.
Look at them.
They're right
That's tip number one. When you're streaming, don't have your dogs out.
Nah, have them out.
Have them out, bro. Who's gonna see you? Like, fuck it. Like, you don't need clothes, bro. Screw it. You're fine.
Buck ass nigga.
Buck ass nigga. Do what you gotta do for views, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
All right.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Oh my fucking god.
Man, I guess, like, I don't know, like, what's one of the biggest ones are like a lot for streamers. I'm trying to think of like the ones that are very well known, kind of like everyone kind of follows, but damn, it's like everyone's all over the place, really.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one that at least I know of is when you're in a collab. We're gonna start off with that one. It's like when you're in a collab.
Oh, the collab.
Yeah, it's like when you're in a collab and there's like at least like I want to say at least 4 or more people, and you got to talk to chat. Please find a way to mute yourself in like the group, but your chat can still hear you, because there have been many of times I've been in collabs where people will be like talking over each other, trying to talk to each other's chat. I think it's just disrespectful to me at that point.
I think for me, when I do collabs like that, especially really big collabs, I have made it a point to let chat know. It's like, hey, when I'm in a collab, it's like if I'm having a, like, okay, first and foremost, I see streaming as like having someone over to my house, right? Especially when I do collabs.
Yeah.
When I invite someone, my attention is fully on them, right? Like, that is just like how I do it. That's just my way of doing it. So when chat is there and I'm doing a collab, just because I've let them know before, I'm like, hey, usually when I have a guest on, I'm probably gonna be talking more to the guest. We'll both look at chat here and there, but mostly all my attention is gonna go to the guest. And then the solo streams are for my chat, right? That's when I talk to them personally.
Right.
That's just my way of doing it. It's because, again, Teggy, I completely agree. It's a little annoying when you got 4 or 5 different conversations going on at the same time, and you're trying to talk to anybody or somebody or whatever the case may be, and it's just noise. Like, you can't even hear words at that point anymore. It's just noise.
Just incoherent noises.
Yeah. I think it's really hard too, especially when it's like really big, like collab games like that revolve around a lot of talking, like Among Us.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh
That
yeah.
one.
That's an interesting
That one is
one.
yeah, that one. That one's a whole balancing act and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's fun. It's very fun when you're by yourself, like, when everyone understands, like, hey, we're playing with each other or whatever. But what if everyone's streaming it? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my biggest turn off was when because I used to do game shows. I've hosted like 2 or 3 game shows, and I mainly did all of the work. All the people who were participating, all they had to do is sit there and be pretty. And my biggest thing is when people literally, you would say, "Hey, contestant, yada yada, answer this question," and then everyone started talking over that person. I'm just like, bruh, I said this person and this particular person directly.
Yeah, I remember ones like that too. It was a little bit of a pain. We did also do like like something like that, like a game show for ours as well. And yeah, there's a reason I hadn't done it since. It's because of that reason.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it. Everyone's excited. Everybody wants to participate, and we're streaming. Of course, we want to be entertaining. But yeah, it's such a pain. It's such a pain to deal with. And there's never like any. I don't ever think there's like any ill intention behind it. It's just people are excited. They're having fun and they want to talk.
Exactly.
Unless you're an asshole, because there are some people.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There are some people who just want to attract more attention because for whatever reason they have.
Don't call me out like that.
Yeah, you attempt more. You mean?
Listen, I'm just trying to smoke Nick and suck dick. All right.
That's the dream. That's the dream. I get it. I understand completely.
Y'all heard it here first. He agreed. He agreed.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that my girlfriend's gonna be watching this. And gonna hear me completely say that I'm out here trying to suck dick, but okay.
Hey, this is for May. Hey, my New Year's resolution that I told you about. I'm making that shit come true. I'm taking your man's.
That was your New Year's resolution?
As soon as the ball dropped, I was like, man, Happy New Year's. this is the year that I'm taking Ayden. And she just goes, Happy New Year. Wait a minute.
Wait a darn 2 second here. Oh my god, this is why I hate saying tune, because then the fucking yeehaw like goddamn twang comes out.
Yeah.
I heard it. I'm like, hey, no. I didn't want to say anything, but I heard it. I'm like, oh, okay.
I was literally sitting here like, okay, let's try not to show the Texan. Let's just try to keep it a nice podcast, and
Nope.
it's ruined. It's gone. The illusion's over.
There it went.
There it went.
I blame
Yeah,
Peggy.
Now I'm so self-conscious. I don't want to talk.
I'm so self-conscious. Oh,
It's okay.
fuck
You'll hear me
yeah.
stutter or lisp, and Ree will call me to fuck out. It is very
There
funny.
you go.
I'll either call you out or I'll let you finish your what you're saying, and then I'll call you out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the worst. That's the worst. It's like when they just let you finish.
Yeah.
They're just looking at you, just waiting.
they're like a viper ready to fucking strike.
Exactly. It's like you think you're safe. They're like, oh, they didn't call it out. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. They really are a good friend. And then they fucking stab you.
Like,
Then
it's
they don't
like
even call it
it's
out.
like
They just fucking shank me.
Yeah.
it's like getting a hug from your friend, and then they literally have a knife in your back, and it's just like, oh, okay,
Yeah, like great.
Oh,
Thanks,
thanks.
man.
thanks, that's great. You know,
You know, at least I died with a hug.
No. I'm trying to think of like the biggest biggest collab, because collab ones I think are the easiest to talk about, because obviously like
Yeah.
like we were talking about, it's like there's a fine line between everyone
Yeah.
streaming, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like maybe like
And
I guess go ahead, Teggy.
so one of my biggest things, and I know Ree and I have constantly talked about this.
Have
So prior to this podcast, I did have my own, and my biggest thing is that people would blow me off, and so I just stopped doing it. And granted, I can understand, like, scheduling family emergencies or just emergencies in general. I can understand all of that. Just tell me. But when you straight up just not say anything, and then I'm messaging you like, "Hey, what's going on? Do I need to reschedule or something like that?" And you don't say anything. That's what blows, like, kind of like, it's a dunzo for me, because I'm like, why would I want to keep asking you to come out and then you don't tell me what's going on? You telling me what's going on is the biggest thing, and people don't know how to communicate. And I hate to say it like this. I hate the excuse of, "Hey, I didn't want to say anything because I knew you would get upset." But you not saying anything is the reason I got upset.
Yeah.
communicate. So long as there's at least a baseline, then you go, okay, like, now I know that they're not showing up. I hope everything's okay. I can ask, I can reach out, I can check on that. But then you can also fall back on your other plans, because then you at least know for a fact.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think very early on when I started streaming, I didn't really have that concept. Because I remember I was like, well, I've been like, because when I started streaming, for one, I think I know I've told Reed this before, but for those of you who are listening and don't know who I am, uh, I was I started streaming because I have a friend, another person in V Sentai named Delos, and he wanted to be the streamer. Except he thought that he couldn't do it without joining a company. So, I decided to start streaming to show him that it's possible, right?
Mhm.
And because of that, I didn't really know a lot of the streaming etiquette, right? Like all the things that you're supposed to be doing. I kind of learned that as I went. And there was times, because I did this as a hobby, right? Like I do it as a hobby. I enjoy it and I want to keep enjoying it. So I try not to make it too too like I don't know, make it so that I'm not stressing about it too much.
Right.
And one of the bad habits I had was that someone would reach out to me, and because I wasn't checking my Discord or I wasn't doing whatever, sometimes that message would just get lost in the void. And then I wouldn't see it till later, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about this thing. And I have had to beat myself up about it, because I'm a lot better at it now, I can say, but in the beginning I completely see where Tegi's coming from. Because I was that guy until I freaking learned to, like, hey, some people are taking this a little more serious. You got to be able to communicate with them. Just because you don't say anything doesn't mean they're gonna wait for you forever, right? yeah, it's just like one of those. It's also like one of those things that I think you learn along the way, especially when you're just starting off.
Yeah. Like, that part I can kind of understand because ADHD and a little bit of autism there.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not right in front of my face, or I don't have like a mental note to do it, I'm forgetting about it. So
Right.
there are times, especially lately, because college kid and full time worker, I will forget to check Discord. And so I totally understand that part. It's the thing of more so to think of you don't say anything and then I see you with another person or I see you doing something else and I'm like, but we had plans.
Right.
I see.
That's more so what you know tips
Yeah,
me off.
like the actively not answering because they don't want to. Okay, I get it now. Okay, yeah,
Right.
That's different. That's just you being. That's
Yeah.
just you being an asshole. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Don't be that.
Don't do
Don't do
that.
that.
Don't be that guy or
Listen,
gal.
I've had multiple people do that to me, and I'm like, okay, but when I do it, I'm the problem.
Have you?
I don't think I. Oh, go ahead, Ree.
I was just gonna be a smart ass and go. If you consider not being the problem.
You know how last episode where I killed everyone in this bar to rent out the bar that you told me to get? Yeah, you're about to be one of those people.
I don't know what you're
GG's,
talking
bro. GG's, no Ree.
GG, no, but I'm right here.
But I'm right here, man. I read.
I read. I'm literate, I guess.
Oh my god, no. Man, I'm trying to remember if anybody has ever really like done that to me. Uh yeah, I think in the beginning I did have that problem a lot where like people would just tell me they wanted to do something and then they didn't, and then I would see them kind of like either be streaming the same day we had planned to do something together. And I mean, it was kind of one of those things where I feel like it's such a lack of like respect that I kind of stopped talking to that person. Just it's just how it was very early on. Now now I'm a little more lenient. I'm like, okay, whatever. You want to do your own thing, that's fine. Like, just whenever you ever want, just I guess we could make something happen, but I'm not gonna bend over backwards for it either.
Right.
Right.
Hmm.
I
Go ahead.
I got a whole nother one.
Ooh.
For me personally, like for the collabs, more so the beginning of a collab, because what is it? There have been a few times that I did like first time collabs where I've never talked to the other individuals, or at least like one or two of the other individuals in a collab I've never talked to in a VC. And I think it's a very nice point to be like, hey, we'll get in a VC, we'll talk, we'll figure out like how you start stream, how I start stream, we'll figure that all out, shoot the shit, we'll try to break that like nervousness of just meeting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we're comfortable, we'll start the stream. I know there have been some collabs that I've been in where at least like one or two people didn't do that and they just joined in off rip while we were in the middle of that already live, or they just completely skip it. I feel like that's just like it's just a solid thing to do so that everybody is on the same page and like comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that we're gonna be interrupting each other the whole night. I just feel like it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be it. Like my biggest thing is I had someone actually where similar I had someone do that to me where I was about to end my stream and as I'm doing my outro, they took over my outro while they were still streaming, mind you, talking to their chat. They took over my outro and then was telling me who to raid out to, even though I already knew who I was going to raid out to. Yeah.
That was just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
I feel like on that, like just a baseline respectful thing is like your stream, their stream, their stream. Of course, like how they choose to conduct at like beginning end, You know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
them. Of course, like the shooting the shit, like helping out reading chat is really fucking great sometimes. Like
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like just they're gonna do their thing. You got your thing.
You know, usually when I do kind of like streams like that where I do a collab and I don't really know the person too well, I well, the way that I handle it is I let them do the stream and I'll be their guest on their stream so that way their chat can get associated with me. We can get a little more comfortable, kind of like hanging out together, and then we flop it. Like then they'll come on my stream, and now my chat gets to know them, and then we do a third one where it's like, okay, now we can join our chats and we can shoot the shit and talk about whatever the case may be. Uh, I haven't really done a lot of streams where I'm kind of like dragged into like a big stream or like a big group where there's not that many, like there's many people that I don't know. It's happened here and there, but it's not something that I do often.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, because I like so I can that's new to me. I don't think I've ever had like a problem with that just because I haven't really been I've never had to just don't do it that way.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I've recently, I won't say recently, I think in the past year or so, I think I started when I meet someone new, I try to hang out with them prior to stream so I can get a feel for their personality because I'm like an ambivert, so I can either be extroverted or introverted depending on the person or group of people I'm with. And if the person's more extroverted, I will become the introvert to balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I get a feel for their personality, how they do things, and stuff like that. And then I will set up a stream or a collab where one of us is on the other's stream and then go from there. It's kind of similar how you do it, Aiden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, well, at least for me, that's just the like little baby steps you take just so that everyone's kind of like comfortable. Because I usually, if I feel like I'm the one that's not nervous, I will let them do it on their stream first because it's their own stream, it's their own environment, they're in control, right? Like they do their thing the way they do it, and I'm just there to follow suit. And
Hmm.
then once they feel comfortable with that, then we kind of flop it so that way they can get comfortable with the way that I do things, and then then we collab together. Normally I like to start off the other way. I mean, I know who, like, I know how my personality is. I'm very extroverted, so normally like yeah, so I don't really have a problem talking to people, but I know a lot of people, especially in this space, you just got to give them that little like, hey, heads up, because not
Right.
everyone is as extroverted. Some people need time to get comfortable, and that's completely okay. I say don't try to, if you're new, don't try to like push someone into a collab if they're not feeling it, because I know some people kind of do. They get excited to make new friends,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
you know, and they start like bugging them about it. Hey, don't do that. Just take it at their own pace. Everyone does things differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has different comfort levels.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my biggest thing. Is like when I started out, I think I started out in like 23, I think. Oh. Uh, my biggest thing is because prior to this group, I was part of another stream group, and it was a big networking group more so. And the biggest thing they always wanted to do was collabs, like huge collabs. This like Among Us, they did a lot of Call of Duty, Skull and Bone, like all of those games. And it was also like like just on the back end of COVID or something like that. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I don't really like these are all very extroverted people. And I'm like, ooh, I'm just not gonna like I wasn't getting a word in. I'm just like, I'm gonna be quiet. Like, cause this is a lot. And my biggest mistake at that point was I would get myself so overwhelmed to the point where I didn't want to stream because it was just so much going on with other people. And then of course I met this lovely little redheaded asshole, and then
I
that's
don't
just how
know.
that goes.
She ain't talking about me because she said little.
Oh, okay. No,
Oh.
okay. Now we're gonna start with the short jokes. Great. See, I, I'm telling you, I thought I came here to have fun. Now I'm getting fucking. I feel targeted.
Listen, you know, it happens.
No, I don't know. You want to elaborate on that?
No, you know,
You know.
you know.
No, I guess I do know.
See?
I don't know what you expected from us.
Yeah, you're right. This was on me. This is my fault.
Shit, dog. My
Maybe-
bad.
My bad, dog.
Maybe you should like not make it your fault. Maybe you shouldn't just do it.
Yeah,
Bro.
maybe I knew somebody was gonna say it. The amount of times I've heard it is like, stop being short, and I just kind of look at them with tears in my eyes.
Yeah, that's when you just side eye them and just plot their death. It's okay.
Exactly. That's when I take away their Achilles tendon.
Exactly. They don't need that.
I think they need that.
No, they don't. No, they
I was
don't.
gonna ask y'all because I know the answer for Reed, but I want to establish it again. What got you guys into the VTubing sphere? Because VTubing has its own set of like etiquette that's separate from just regular streamer etiquette.
For me, particularly is like I said, is like I was in a stream group, but at the time I was also streaming off my Xbox, and everyone else was people who streamed with their face cam and stuff like that. I didn't want to. I thought I was just going to be one of those people who didn't have like a face cam or anything like that. You were just going to hear my voice, and then I found PNG and VTubers, and I'm like, oh, this fits perfectly. So originally for my PNG, I did have like a pre-made one from like Pinterest or something. And yeah, it was quote unquote AI or someone had drawn it. It looked like someone had drawn it, but it could have been easily AI, who knows. Until I had my very first OC made. And then I just kind of went from there because at the same time, yeah, it's a PNG, but it was my personality, and so I'm like, okay, this fits because people can visually see, something instead of just hearing my voice.
Right.
But my very first stream, surprisingly enough, was car games because at the time I was only streaming car games and Assassin's Creed.
Hell yeah. Assassin's Creed goes hard.
Exactly.
What about you, Ree? I already know the answer, but
Yeah, but I don't know the viewers.
yeah, the viewers. Yeah, this is for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Lie again.
You know
Anyway.
what I mean. What the fuck do you mean lie again?
Just lie, bro. Just lie.
Just,
they're not gonna. They're not gonna know.
You know what? Funnily enough, I had, as Ayden knows, I have had multiple interactions or not iterations. That's a fucking word. That's the word I wanted. Thank you. You're welcome. I've had multiple iterations of attempting to stream. I believe like my very first iteration was in 2017, 2018, I want to say. But every iteration lasted at most like 2 weeks to a month. And I did just voice. At some point I was using a webcam showing my face. And then I got picked up by Penjin fucking randomly because I stumbled across her streams and did 1 or 2 streams with just my voice and immediately had my OC made, and fucking I just stuck with it. I loved it. I was comfortable. I was happy. I had, great homies. I just stuck to it, and I've loved it because I've always wanted to be a content creator of some kind. I just always wanted to do something where I can just make motherfuckers laugh. And now I'm able to, so I'm here.
Are you sure about that?
Hey, I make them laugh, but I don't make them laugh as hard as they do when they see your face, you feel me?
Alright, I'm leaving. I'm done. Nope, I'm done.
Exit left.
Exit stage left.
Yeah. No. Like I think like I kind of touched a little bit on mine earlier. Is like I mean I did it because Ellos wanted to stream and I was just trying to prove a point, and I ended up falling in love with it. But as far as the beats, yeah, I was trying to be spiteful. I was trying to be like, what do you mean you can't do it?
No, watch this shit.
Yeah, watch this shit, bro. And the reason I decided to do a VTuber instead of like an actual like face cam and stuff was just because I just the privacy part of it. You know, like I wanted to keep my personal life and my VTuber life separate.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like when I found out about VTubers and saying that like, hey, I can stream and I don't have to show my face. I kind of decided to go that way. And there was a another VTuber that I actually ended up watching quite a bit, named Yam Albat. If you can actually find her on YouTube, she was doing a character like VTuber like appreciation stream or something, and she she was like she had like a deadline. She was like, "Hey, if you submit your VTuber design by this time, I'll review it." And I was still on the fence of like, should I do a VTuber? Should I not? And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And there was a notebook that my mom ended up finding when she was cleaning her house, and it was some old character drawings that I had from when I was like 6 years old. And in there was my superhero design for the Crimson Sun that I had made from when I was like 6 years old. So when I saw it, I was like, "Screw it, we're running with that. That's gonna be my personality. That's gonna be my design." I love superheroes. I can talk about superheroes all the time. So fuck it, we'll roll with it. And I actually ended up making like a character sheet. I sent it over to her stream. She ended up loving it, and all of her viewers ended up loving it. And I mean, that just gave me more confidence to go for it. So I ended up just going with the VTuber route because superheroes are cool, and I want to be a superhero.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
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 Like I think for me, what I did is when I had my like pre-debut, like my very first PNG that wasn't really my OC, but it was an idea I had. Um I had done an interview with uh a friend of mine, and we had gone over it. I found out he also liked cars and stuff like that. This is like right before, I think maybe a week or two before I met Ree. Because I think I met Ree right when I had my first PNG, like my first model.
Yeah.
And uh I think that's what broke me more into being comfortable with streaming with my PNG and eventually VTuber, because people were okay with it. It wasn't like quote unquote weird, and I was just like trying to test it out, test the waters and such. Um, what else? The only thing that kind of tipped me off is like my previous stream group. They found out about it because, of course, you know, they were still following me and stuff. And I think they got upset because of the genuine follower count versus their follower count, which was the whole follow for follow thing, which I don't have a problem with. But they realized that the followers didn't match their viewers, whereas my followers matched my viewers, and they're like, okay, well, start rating to us and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to do that if your
Oh,
content isn't what they want to see. And because of the conversations and topics they don't mind talking about on their streams, I never rated into them.
oh man, you just reminded me of something that happened very early on when I was streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, that's kind of something similar happened where as I was streaming and I started getting more followers and in turn more viewers, I there was a streamer that I used to talk to quite a bit, and man, she would get kind of like upset of the fact that I wouldn't raid into her, or like I wouldn't shout her out in my streams, or I wouldn't do all these things. And I was kind of like, well, I mean, I'm sorry, it's just your content that you do is not the same content that I do. And like, I don't mind you being on stream, I'll raid you here and there, but I'm not gonna raid you every time I stream, right?
Right.
Right.
uh and it was like one of those things where like very like I don't know, it just gave me a bad vibe, and I was like, all right, well, obviously we're not on the same page here, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna talk anymore. But it's very odd that happens. Like like, and it happens a lot more than you would think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, it's like, for some reason, it's like, just because we're friends doesn't mean I will just automatically raid into you because we're friends. No, it's like, at first, maybe I was doing it, and I'm pretty sure I was, but then I realized I'm like, I would watch who I raid into, and I watch how many of my followers just was not sticking around for the content because of the fact that this person was probably the content just wasn't the same, or it was more so the person's personality. It was, and I noticed it was mainly more so the person's personality versus the content, because a lot of my viewers, granted, I do share them mutually with you, Aiden and Ree, they will watch almost anything. But it was more so the personality, and the people I was rating into at first were just the personalities just was not it. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna keep doing it. And me and a couple of the people from my old stream group got into it because they're like, well, we rated into you, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I understand that, but if my viewers they don't stick around enough, they barely stick around enough for Twitch to even, register that they've even watched your stuff. So, and from the looks of it, they don't follow you either, so they don't like your content. I'm not going to raid into you to force them to just dip and go find someone else. I want them to enjoy who they raid into.
Right.
So that's why I started raiding into like more so Ree and other people who I just knew that they would go and enjoy.
Yeah, it's I don't know why it's such a sore topic. I personally don't understand it. It is, like we were talking about, kind of common for whatever reason. I understand that, hey, streaming is a competitive thing. People want to get views and want to make this their career. Some people want to make this their living, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. But yeah, I feel like if you want to do that, you have to put in that work for yourself, not rely on other people to,
Yeah.
kind of hand it to you.
Right.
And it's like, it's okay, not everyone's gonna watch the same. Just because, for example, me and Ree are friends, that doesn't mean that every like stream that Ree does, my viewers are gonna want to watch, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
for the and there's no harm in that. Like, it's not that Ree's a bad streamer, it's just maybe they're just not into what he's doing that day, you
Mhm.
know and I don't know why. Yeah, I bumped into that too. I don't know why it's such a sore topic.
Right. Like for me, and Ree is like one of my best closest friends too. It's like
Uh-huh.
there are times he's playing over. Shut up. He's like playing like Overwatch or some FPS game, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this because I'm just not
Right.
interested.
That's
It's like
valid.
I'll pop it. It's like I'll pop it and say, "Hey, Ree, I'm gonna lurk," and then I'll just go do something else because I'm just not watching it.
Oh my god.
Let me enjoy Overwatch, okay? Let me.
Toxic streamer.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I think me crashing out is kind of funny.
Okay. Okay, I can't even say anything because me crashing out over like I have 2 clips on my TikTok, and it's just me crashing out over a car game. Both of them.
God, I think like all my crushing out clips are fucking Jump King. I fucking hate that game.
You have a love-hate relationship with that game. Have you beat it?
I do, because it's like I want to beat it, but I hate every second of it. But then I can't let the game win. But then I hate it.
It's just an ever
Oh,
living
God.
cycle.
Exactly. One of these
My
days,
current.
when I finish the game, I'm gonna go into that fucking Steam shop and I'm gonna be like, I hate it. I'm gonna like put a review and be like, I hated this game. Worst experience of my life. I'm never gonna come back here again. 5 out of 5.
5
You know?
out of 5.
No, that's me with Assassin's Creed right now because there is a boss that I have to beat, and it is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I'm on a DLC, and it's the last episode of the DLC, and I want to beat this boss, but I swear to goodness that I'm just going to end up throwing my Xbox out the window because it's pissing me off so much to the point where I do want to do that exact same thing and be like, bro, I put 200 hours or more into this game. I'm never playing this game again. I hope Assassin's Creed dies. I don't want to hear about it. I'm never playing anything from this franchise. Would recommend.
Would recommend. Yeah, that's exactly how I am with Jump King.
I love that I now canonically have a game that I can 100% relate, which is Resident Evil 3. I have been
Ghetto Resident Evil.
I have been addicted to trying to 100% this fucking game. And in order to do so, I need to beat Nightmare with S rank, which means I cannot die not even once. And
Oh boy.
there's two specific spots that fucking hate me. And it's the very first like 10 minutes because you have to like, your first encounter with zombies, and they're right in your fucking face and you can't get away. Or it's the final boss that you beat and then it's literally just a cutscene. Those are the 2 points that I fucking constantly die. And there were a few homies in the call when I ran it for like the hour and a half the other day. Got to the final boss, and the split second that I die, I go silent. I quit the game, and I go, I need to I need to step away. I was furious.
I think that is the funniest part about a crash out is when you just hear, like, you can hear the silence. Like it just happened, and it's just quiet for a couple seconds.
When the silence becomes fucking deafening.
Yep.
I think I did that one time on stream with Assassin's Creed because I had beat this huge fort, and then out of nowhere, this mercenary comes out of like straight up out of nowhere, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to run away. Man, one shot me from across the fucking map, and I'm just sitting there like, and so I'm like, okay, it's fine. Maybe I've already like maybe when I restart, like when it resyncs me, like I have to just run away from him again. I don't have to rebeat the fort because, mind you, this fort took me like an hour because of how I go and kill everyone in the fort. It makes me redo the fort again. I looked at it. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I just need to go get some water. I need to go get some water. Like, I was so fucking pissed.
No, I think the relating to that, I think the funniest one I had was I was playing Jump King and I took like a nasty fall. Like I fell like hella far. And you just hear me go quiet and there's just a couple seconds of just silence. And then I start fucking cussing in Spanish because I was so angry.
I think I was there for that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
that's when you know
Oh,
I'm legit angry when the Spanish comes out because I can't control it. My freaking ancestors come out with like the fucking rage of hell. They just use. I am just a vessel for them to scream through.
I
I think
became just a vessel.
I think the funny thing is, I think my first like stream that I watched of Ayden, I was just, shooting the shit. And then all I hear is him start cussing in Spanish. I'm like, mind you, I don't know, I can't speak Spanish well, but I can understand it enough to know when someone's pissed. And I'm like, oh,
Oh man, yeah.
I
So
was
if
just like, oh.
yeah, so if you ever watch me and you hear me talking Spanish, that's when you know I'm angry. That's what it comes out. I don't why I do not know, but it just does. I'm like an old grandma when she like gets the chancla, bro.
Oh,
Man, you're fucking on the jungler.
Not the chancla.
Oh
Ooh,
my
I just remembered a little VTuber, like a little VTuber specific etiquette thing.
god.
And this one's I've always found this one very interesting just because it's kind of like VTubing is like mixed a lot with idol culture.
Uh-huh.
And you know and there's certain things in idol culture that you're not supposed to be doing, and
Sorry.
it's weird that bless you, it's kind of
Thanks.
weird that it translates into VTubing, and that is the relationship status of things. Like for whatever reason people like to talk relationships about like other VTubers. Like basically like let's say for example like with me and May, I'm very open that me and May are together.
Mhm.
um but there have been times where like other people would like talk about us and I'd be like, okay, we're okay with it, but I have seen other people that kind of do the same thing where the other person are not okay with it but they still do it.
Right.
mhm.
And it's because they're friends, right? And then it's like, oh, I understand that they're friends, but there's kind of that line where like should you talk about it, should you not, and how people feel about VTubers dating in general.
Yeah.
uh and not everyone has to be open about their relationships. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't know. You don't like one thing that I always have to say is just keep in mind that you don't really owe your viewers any personal information. Don't make that mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your personal
So,
life is your personal life.
Yeah.
and that was coming to that, surprisingly enough. Um, I actually had a viewer that was someone I knew and worked with. This person also was someone uh who I'm trying to think of like the best way to say it. They had a crush on me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I was not interested in them. I was only like I only wanted to be friends. And eventually it got to the point where if I go to work, they would talk to me at work about what I was doing that day and who I was going to be like streaming with and all this stuff. And I'm like, like I understood, but at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of weird.
Hmm.
Um, and I love my mod at the time. I do. We're just gonna go ahead and say it was Kage.
Good old
We
Kage.
love Kage.
We do. And I had gotten so nervous with this particular viewer because this person knew where I live, where I worked, my full name, like my birthday, everything about me. And so I had put in my information on block terms just in case, because at that day I had rejected this person. And I had put like all of my personal information in block terms just in case they came back with the vengeance. And Kage messages me. He's like, "You know I can see this, right?" And I'm like, "Kage, please." And he's just like, "I don't see it." I'm like, like the amount of relief I had for like, granted, it's Kage. Kage ain't gonna do anything, but like the amount of relief I had from Kage, I'm just like, man, if I could kiss his forehead, I would.
What a real one. What a
I'd kiss
real
him.
one.
Of course,
Yeah.
okay.
I think we all would. I
Yeah,
think we
honestly.
can establish that we all would kiss Kage.
Exactly. No?
Yeah. It
Something
is what it
alluring.
is.
You know what? You know what?
It be what
Where's
it
my
be.
wife?
You do what
Where's
it
my
do.
wife? I need my wife.
No, but that one was always really interesting to me because I remember when we first, like me and May first started dating, we were so concerned. We were like, oh my god, how are people gonna feel about it? You know, like should we even say anything? You know, because we kind of wanted to talk. We kind of wanted to make it like official. We were like, hey, you know, like this is just what it is. You know, we're together. But there was like a little part of us that was like kind of nervous of what people would say or how people would interpret it. Uh, so we kind of stayed silent for a little bit until eventually we were like, "Fuck it." It's like, "Fuck it, whatever happens,
Right.
happens."
Right. To
But
me, I think it just depends. Like, um, and I know that sounds really bad, but one, it depends on the two people involved.
Hmm.
For me, I am a very open person when it comes to that. Like, because of the stuff I was streaming, which was geared towards men, I'm like, bro, I don't want you coming here thinking I'm just gonna like take any type of flirting and stuff like that. Like, granted, my friends, they'll come in, bark, whatever, it's funny, but
That's
they know
funny.
there's a line. It is funny, but then you also have people who will come in and try to take it to the extreme, and I've gotten
Yeah.
on people for taking it to the extreme as a female, VTuber, and they're like, oh, one guy even told me, he's like, as a female, you should get used to this because that's going to happen a lot. I'm like, I don't have to get used to this at all. That's not how this works.
yeah.
Like, if I
Right.
don't want you doing it, don't do it. It's
Yeah.
like, and then one guy, he's like, I bet you have a OF. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, hello?
That's wild. That's straight up just wild to come
Yeah.
in like ripping with that.
There was one incident. It was right after I had became friends with Reed, and I had gotten so heated about this, and it was kind of gross too. One viewer, brand new viewer, whatever, you know, he had like Twitch DM'd or whatever me. He's like, I don't know if I can even say it, but he had done something inappropriately to my voice and then tried to send me a voice message of him doing it.
What the fuck?
Wild.
That's
That's something else.
yeah. Did not
Yeah, and
I did not ever hear this story.
oh no, it happened, and immediately this person got blocked. I'm like, no, no, negative Ghost Rider.
That's
Yeah.
that's a big no.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, I guess we could talk about, for those who are listening and were probably thinking about becoming VTubers or one of the streaming scene. Dude, you cannot get involved in that. You got to cut it off right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is a
and
very dangerous game you're playing.
yeah, I hate to say it, it's like, especially females. I hate to say it like that, especially females. And when you're playing games that are like quote unquote male dominated, unfortunately, that is some things you have to go through, and it's disgusting. Regardless of what gender you are, it's really disturbing that people think that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. I remember when it was just me by myself, and shortly after Elos joined, uh, me and Elos, like I remember this very vividly because we were like so new to it that we had no idea, like really, like oh my god, we were kind of like taken aback by it. We ended up, there was like a week where we ended up getting like a couple nudes from like just viewers, like random viewers. They would like, because back then we would accept any DMs. Like that's another thing that I learned not to do, is to just
Yeah.
accept any random person's DMs, right? Um, but in the beginning, it was like a couple like it happened like 3 or 4 times where like we kind of accepted someone. We were really chill. We were just talking, and then boom, like it's like nothing led to it. It was just like, "Hey, how's your day?" "Oh, I'm doing good." Boom, cock and balls. And it was like it was crazy how people are just so confident to like just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's going into it, it's just like, I think there was one time where, because we love Twitter, we do. It's absolutely
Mhm.
a great and informative place. um, there was one streamer, I was trying to like, get to know and stuff like that because like I was reaching out, networking and stuff, and we were having a really, really good conversation. Like, I thought we were genuinely just trying to be friends, trying to, possibly eventually get into a collab, but actually just be friends. Immediately was just like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a girlfriend. Do you want to be my girlfriend?" I'm like, "Huh? Huh?
uh,
What?"
Yeah, it's crazy how people are so like so brave to just out of nowhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
it's insane.
Yeah. And you know what's the other crazy part too? I've had this happen a couple times. It's even fellow streamers that will like, kind of like collab with you with like other intentions, kind of like how Teggy just said.
Yeah.
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 And then
And
this person, the funny thing is that person, when I said no, I'm like, I thought we were just being friends, immediately blocked me, and um found out later that he made a Google quote unquote Google Doc about being rejected, and I'm like, bruh,
oh
because you
my
got
god.
rejected.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
Yeah, like I'm on the side of like I feel like I'm more of a streamer than I am like quote unquote a VTuber.
Yeah,
I don't
Right.
really do a lot of the like the idol culture stuff. Like I'm not like I don't play. I'm more like I would like to say I play. I don't really play a character. I'm just me, and then like the only reason I have like a backstory and stuff is to justify the VTuber, right? That's really like the main
yeah,
reason. Plus, it's cool. It's cool to tell a story.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I don't really follow the whole like oh don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend because they'll you'll lose shatters, which actually did happen, which was actually very interesting when I did announce that when I did announce that me and May were together, I did lose a couple followers. It was
yeah.
yeah, it was like it caught me off guard. Like I didn't realize that was like actually a thing. It was like my first time really experiencing something like that.
Mm.
I was like, oh wow, people really do unfollow because you have a significant other.
But then
Hmm.
I noticed is like when that happens, you find out very quickly who are your genuine followers because when I had announced my relationship with someone,
Hmm.
I think I lost like 3 to 5 or whatever, and I'm like, but those very people that unfollowed me were also people who didn't really stick around for certain streams anyway. So I'm like, eh, whatever, doesn't bother me because the ones who stuck around for it actually were interacting. They were genuinely like curious about certain things that was happening like during the stream and stuff, and they were very respectful towards me and at the time my significant other. Uh, and me when I hop in the stream, I love seeing both you and May. It is so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh, stop it, y'all.
And I've been on Team Ayden and May. Just tuning in and just hearing y'all's energy and y'all's witty banter back and forth. Love that shit.
Oh my god, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, no, we were like it was definitely something we were super nervous about. But I think I don't regret it. She doesn't regret it, and it's a lot more when we stream together. It's a lot more natural because we're not concerned about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think that's kind of because it's funny. I had that compliment quite a bit. So it's like I think that's just part of the appeal is that we can just be ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being
I
said,
love
May, I'm
that.
still taking your mans.
It's okay, May. I got you. It's okay,
Oh
May.
no, he's buttering me up. I'm falling for it.
It's okay,
I'm
May. I got
falling
you.
for
It's
it.
okay.
Help!
Help.
But I do love, regardless. I personally like seeing couples together. Because I like seeing the dynamic. Now, sometimes people are playing a character on stream, but then
Mhm.
you have like you and May, where you guys are just like being active, like your genuine selves, and she's like, you could kind of sometimes hear it's like she's just done with your bullshit, and I'm like, I love that. You can generally hear her voice. She's just like, Ayden, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, I do say some out of pocket shit.
Yeah. Listen, it happens.
I I always tell her it's so funny that it's like that our dynamic is very much because look, she's a very smart woman. She is very educated. She is
Mhm.
like one of the funniest, wittiest like people I've ever met. Right? Like she's super super fun to be around. And I don't know how she ended up with me, where I can't even fucking put two sentences together without stuttering, and and I speak ghetto as hell. So like, it's just such a weird like contrast. She'll be over
Yeah.
here like, oh, like the doctor and this fucking I don't know, like this goddamn study that just released like 2 months ago says that I don't know, your fucking tailbone can grow to be 3 times the size, whatever the fuck, maybe I don't know. I'm making up bullshit as I go,
Yeah.
but and then you have me, and then she asked me a question. I'm like, I don't know, that shit whack,
Yeah.
and yeah.
The funny thing is, I think I see a lot more couples who are like that. It's like you have one person who's like eloquent and very educated, and then there's one person who's just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
That shit a myth, dog.
That shit a myth, homie.
And I think
Oh
that
my.
shit's so funny because it's like I am the person who is. I can be both depending on the person. Like I can be
Mhm.
really educated or I could get real ghetto.
Unfortunately, I only have the ghetto setting. That's why.
Oh my
Yeah, but
god.
that was that's always been like one that was always interesting to me was like the relationship status. Just I
Mhm.
don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird that people get hung up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or
But
it's to me like going off of that one, I think the weirdest part is when like say someone does get into a breakup and you have people, and this includes streamers and viewers, who pick sides or and then talk shit about the other person.
oh boy, do I
Yeah.
have experience with that one?
Oh, oh, I think we all do.
Yeah,
I,
It happens.
it
and I'm just
happens.
and I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, it's to me, I hate saying it like this too, because considering the amount of people who are like older, it's funny how all of this acts like high school very much. And I'm just sitting
Yes.
there, I'm just
School
like,
never
bruh,
ends.
High school does
I'm
in
just
fact
like,
never end.
dude, like, I don't mind saying my age. I am 27, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, bruh, the fuck is going on? I thought this shit was over with. And then you're hearing
Yeah,
shit from like a year ago.
It never fucking ends, bro.
yeah. Man, are we all old as fuck? I'm 28.
Yes.
What the hell?
I'm also 28.
Let's
Am I the baby?
go.
Am I the baby?
Yes,
Oh
You're
my
the
yes,
god!
baby
you
in the
are.
group.
I
Yeah,
th-
get back to your cradle.
Yeah, get
Damn.
back to your cradle. Yeah, don't you got a bottle?
Hey, then you got a bottle you gotta finish.
Yeah, you got
The
that
funny thing is,
formula.
okay, first off, I am drinking protein that has milk in it. Fuck
So it
off.
counts. So it counts.
There it
It
goes.
fucking counts.
There you go. You're
Fuck
gonna get your
off.
bones all big and strong. Is that what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna stab both of y'all.
Don't worry. She's gonna grow someday, and she's gonna be taller than
There
you,
you
Ayden.
go. Don't why? I was on your side. What the fuck?
Listen. Because
Listen,
if
Ayden,
one
it's
of us
okay,
has to
because
go
if we take
down,
his-
and it ain't gonna be me, you feel me?
Ayden, it's okay. If we take his kneecaps and his Achilles tendon, he will be shorter than both of us.
True. He'll drop a couple inches.
Exactly.
I don't hear me out. Or I could just put y'all on the top of the fucking fridge and y'all ain't doing shit. You feel me?
You act like I won't jump.
Hey,
You seem
that
to- you
fall
seem to
is
forget I got
dangerous for
hopped.
y'all.
I got hopped.
No,
Nah,
no, you do
He
not.
right on my end. I'm staying up there. I ain't going down there.
Yeah.
That shit tall.
I mean, to be fair, that's where I store my liquor. So he's chilling up there.
Wait, that's where. Okay,
Well, shit. Well, I guess we're staying up there. Shit.
Yeah, we're staying. Have our own party. What do you mean?
Oh man. But yeah, no, that one,
Oh.
the whole the breakup thing. Oh, dude. So much I could talk about that one. I wasn't even fucking involved in it. I got dragged in it somehow.
Dog, preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Bruh,
I mean,
I think
go ahead.
I think mine was like at first it was quiet, and then it expanded because people who didn't need to be involved got involved.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I mean, we're obviously I don't want to mention any names, but I had two friends who were together, and I was friends with one of those, like one of them, and then I got dragged through the fucking mud because of it, because they ended up not working out, and apparently my name came up a lot in like their arguments because I was friends with, I was friends with the girl in the group, in the partnership, right? And we would talk like individually, like we would call up and like talk about streaming stuff, or we would talk or work on projects together. um but I guess that was like a big problem that like never got addressed. So when they broke up, like I got accused of like so many things, and granted, like me and May were already dating at the time and he knew. So I don't know where the hell all that came from. I think to this day he's out there still talking smack.
Would
Ooh,
would not be surprised.
Yeah.
I have something to say on the whole thing of like not addressing something. And this goes for like romantically and platonically.
Mhm.
So, my biggest thing is if something you have a falling out with someone, whether it be like friendship, acquaintance, romantic partner, whatever, do not leave it unresolved or just avoid it and stuff like that because that causes bigger problems. And that's just in general, not even just the VTubing or streaming community. It's just the problem with the VTubing and streaming community is it gets blown out of proportion so quickly.
Yeah.
And when you leave it like unresolved or you just avoid it altogether thinking it's just going to go away, it's not. It does not. And leaving it the way it is, you go back, you lost a friendship, you lost respect, you lost all this stuff. And then you go back and you're like, dang, I really could have just done this and it would have been resolved, but instead I chose to avoid it. Having an avoidant personality in this situation, especially in streaming, in my personal opinion, is not the way to go. Regardless, like you just need to address it. I hate to say it like that. Like some things, like they say, "Oh, just walk away, leave it be," blah blah blah. But in things like this, because people, it's so many different personalities, if you just avoid it and quote unquote, walk away, I don't think people will take it that way. Like, if it was me and we had an argument, and I'm like, this argument is not worth our friendship, and I just said, I'm done with this argument, and I quote unquote, walked away from it, I think Ree would understand that understand that I don't think this is a very valid argument for us to have, and he would just, let it be, and we'd go on about it. But because other people get involved, is when we be like, oh, well, Eggy said this, and why would she just walk away because da 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 whatever. And so now other people are involved, and it gets twisted out of proportion.
No.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I think that's also exactly what happened in my situation. It was like, things were unsaid, so the only way people figure it out is trying to connect dots that aren't there.
Yeah.
And then whatever they connected, they just assume is the truth, and they just roll with that.
I think it can a lot of problems both with just streaming, VTubing, and honestly, just fucking life can be very simply resolved by just communicating to some degree, even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah,
A little
Yeah.
bit of communication goes a long way.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
biggest killer for relationships is miscommunication.
Yup.
Yeah.
That
And
being
yeah,
s-
and well, I was gonna say
continue.
whether that's professional or or personal, relationships, it's gonna end up badly if you don't communicate.
Yeah.
Communicate properly. Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
Properly,
Communicate
yes.
properly, because you can
Proper
communicate.
communication.
Is
Mm-hmm.
it's just some people can communicate. It's just a lot of people take communication as just speaking. Communication goes two ways. You have to be able to speak your truth and then listen to someone else's truth. You can't just have a conversation and then not listen to their side.
Yeah.
And that's the problem I've had with recently with people, is that they will speak their truth but not listen thoroughly or fully to another person's truth.
Mhm.
And then they keep trying to jump to conclusions and stuff like that, and then you listen back to it and they're like, oh, well, I guess this is what they meant. Well, you didn't catch that because you were just too busy already working up what you were going to say and not listening to what they were saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Now see, this is where I really need a Corona in front of me. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting into the sauce.
That being said, I think we are running a little over on time.
Oh, it's already been time. Oh
Yeah,
my
dog.
god, time
That's
flies when you're having
shit
fun.
went flying, brother. That's crazy.
Mm. Man. Well, because we are running on time, Aiden, do you have anything you want to promote, you want to talk about, like maybe even just, self promo real quick?
Exactly.
uh, yeah, actually, so I am a little bit of a on a hiatus at the moment. I mean, I'm like kind of pop in and out just because I love streaming and I don't want to let it go for now. But I will be officially coming back February 3rd, which is my birthday. I will be doing a comeback stream. I'm probably gonna end up doing either a biking event or some sort of IRL stream, just to start promoting more of the charity events that I like to do over on my channel at twitch.tv/Ayden just try to do a little more charity events. So hopefully you guys can join me on my return stream February 3rd.
Mark your
Nice.
calendars.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your
Mark your
calendars.
calendars, or I'm just gonna go and stab you until you just go pop in and say hi to my boy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Easy as that.
please, I'm bleeding out. Take you send me.
Send help.
Send help. Call an ambulance.
That's their fault. It's not my fault. I'm gonna pop in and they'll be like, I did what had to be done.
Yeah, but with all that, man, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was a blast. I can't wait to see all the other episodes you guys make.
Oh, it's gonna be an interesting ride. That's for sure.
And I can't wait to see it.
If he ends up getting stabbed, it's not my fault.
Oh, the only
There you go. Clip it for the clip it for the lawyers. Just clip it right
yeah,
now.
yeah, just take that clip, just bring that to the court case because I'm
Yeah.
gonna get fucking shanked. That being said, I can give a teaser about not next week, a fucking the next podcast episode. It's going to be this is not a good teaser. It's just going to be a surprise. It
There you
is
go. See?
my surprise week, and nobody's gonna know who the guest is or the topic until it's already too late.
Oh no.
so until then, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Blah, 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 blah.